Hello and welcome to a scene for the Empire of Thorns. Today, Iris is going to visit a hob that specialises in pregnancy and women's health.
Okay. When she gets in there, the shop is actually less busy. And she's just kind of leaning on her counter with her little squirrel kind of playing with it. And she'll smile when you walk in. Hello.
Hello.
She'll grin.
No, you go ahead.
No, she just grinned. That was all.
Okay. Well, last time I was here, and we talked about things, and you gave me this bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
And you said to come back if we changed our minds about planning to have a baby.
She'll smile. Are you planning on having one?
Iris will kind of smile back with a
Oh, wonderful. She'll bounce happily, and she'll kind of she'll say, "Do you need anything to help?"
I don't think so. She shrugs.
Well, I do have, and she'll kind of look around and say, I do have tinctures and herbs and things that help.
And Iris will just kind of smile and shrug and genuinely look interested.
She'll kind of tap her lip and she'll say, I have one that, well, I have a couple different kinds, but they have to be taken before conception. And she'll kind of she'll hold out, she'll pick a box up and she'll say, this one actually is kind of important. This one ensures that if two of us get together and have a child, it tends to be a mixture, but favors the mother.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this tea ensures that it'll favor the father, actually. Very handy when you have those fairest ogre relationships. And she'll kind of put it on the shelf.
Well, I'm fairest and he's wizened, and I don't really mind which of us it favors. He shrugs.
No, it can every once in a while. Every once in a while. It can be a hob. Seeing that, and she'll wrinkle her nose because that's what she herself is. She was a hob born of two fae. And she'll kind of giggle. And she'll basically she'll say, my father is one of the fairest as well. My mother was an elemental, and she'll kind of pick up some other stuff.
Iris will nod, looking interested, but not exactly anti-hob.
She'll pick up basically something, and she'll kind of bite her lip, and it's making a wit sympathy roll.
Okay. Yeah, dice, dice, dice. One success.
Okay. There was something about when she mentioned her parents that caused her to be kind of that caused her to be kind of uh a little wistful for a moment.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of guessing that she did not get on especially great with her parents.
Um, well, that's something you could explore if you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
That you are free to make that assumption. um,
I
but
can guess,
she'll.
but
Huh?
yeah, I can guess that.
Uh-huh.
Let's make it true. But yeah, Iris is going to kind of look concerned, but not pry. So she's going to make it clear that she would is slightly curious and would happily listen. But
She'll smile softly and she'll say, "My father wasn't very involved in my upbringing. He and my mother had a fairly adventurous night, as it were. Well, weekend. And they were both, she was rather tempestuous and he cold and distant, and she'll shrug. My mother raised me by herself. I mean, I saw him. He was there. I just. She'll kind of smile softly.
Iris will just kind of pat her on the shoulder, whichever shoulder is not currently covered with squirrel.
It's the left one.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she'll pat her on the shoulder sympathetically.
She'll kind of bite her lip and turn to her, and it's like she's holding like what she's holding in her hands, like kind of carefully, and she'll say, "I don't know if I should tell Sebastian."
About the possibility of a hob.
No, that. And she'll just kind of shake her head and go back to what she was doing.
About the father being involved.
She'll turn and look over her shoulder and say, "Lord Llewellyn is my father as well." That's why when I realized it was him, she did go very quiet after she found out that was him, if you'll remember, and
Mm.
seemed kind of distracted. But she'll just shrug, kind of like, as I said, he's not a bad fellow. And I was born quite some time ago, so it's not exactly like he has a habit of betting women and then leaving them with child. He was there, I mean, he provided for us, but I feel sad for him sometimes. I feel like if he could just let go of his. She'll kind of tilt her head and think, if she could just let go of his commitment issues and his fear, that maybe he could find love too. I feel sorry for him. She'll just kind of shrug.
Well, I think that might be something that you'd have to talk about with him more than Sebastian.
I have. He says the thought of being with someone when he has so much to do, he has so much to commit to, and that that I think he's afraid of You see, he was taken when he was not young, but kind of at the height of his manhood, you know? Like when he was when hormones are strongest, you know?
She'll nod.
And I think what happened when he came back is that he just decided he didn't want to put anybody at threat with being taken. I never really asked him what happened, but I know that although he breaks sometimes and indulges himself, he doesn't really allow himself to get close to anyone. I don't know why, but I've talked to him about it before, and he says that it's because, one, his position keeps him too busy, basically, and two, it had something to do with the gentry. And he'll shrug, and I say, but I don't know much of his durance.
A lot of people don't really like to talk about their durance.
I never had one, so. And she'll kind of shrug. I don't really know what it's like. I know what it's like I know what I've been told, but
I don't think anyone knows what another person's durance was like.
she'll nod. Hmm. She'll kind of pull down some tablets that are like a very bright orange color, and she'll put those on the counter. And she'll put like a jar, like a glass jar of like salts, like bath salts basically. And she'll kind of take off like a black jar, and she'll put that down, and she'll say, "That's for your lover." I'll explain all of it when I'm done. And she'll just look around, and then she'll take down a third like little dropper bottle and kind of put it down, and she'll say, "Okay, these pills help to get your body ready, more so than the drops I gave you. Those are vitamins that are essential in your child's development, but these help your body to prepare beforehand and can help increase your chances of getting pregnant." Um, she'll kind of like the jar, like she'll kind of put it forward. "This will help with his production and help it to be richer, and for the sperm to be stronger. That'll help with conception too. Although you may not need it. It's just if it keeps happening and you don't get pregnant, then you might want to try it, but you don't have to." She'll like kind of put the salts forward, and she says, "These are just for relaxing. Helps to have your magnesium balanced while you're trying to get pregnant. And when you do, it can help with the soreness that can come with early pregnancy." And then she'll put the drops down, and she'll say, "These are for smelling. If you get very nauseous, they help to counter it. You won't throw up so much."
Thank you. And Iris will start pulling various Tupperware and embroidery and stuff out of her bag to put on the counter to see what she seems interested in.
She wants pie.
Pie.
Yeah, if you have pie, she wants the pie.
Yep.
She will trade like all of that for pie.
Yep. Well, she'll get pie and also cupcakes.
Cupcakes. So she'll kind of she'll put all of your stuff into a bag, a little bag for you. and smile at her. How is Sebastian's? How is Sierra's? How's she doing?
I think she's doing quite well. Um, he seems happy, and I haven't really met her, so she shrugs.
I wonder how long her gestation is going to last.
I don't know. I mean, it's like 9 months usually, right?
Well, but it's a human child.
This is true. It could be a hob.
Well, even among, sometimes the lost are born a little bit early, but fully developed. No more than a month or two, but I've seen hobs that were born within days.
Iris will blink. Well, that seems
Remember,
both convenient and slightly frightening.
keep that in mind when you come to child with Claudia. Because you're both lost, you could bear a hob, and your children could be born much quicker than you expected.
She'll nod.
She'll kind of sniff the air. What's that smell? Something burning. And she'll kind of look around, kind of poking about.
Iris will try and sniff as well.
She doesn't smell shit. You can make a wits composure roll.
Yep. Two successes.
You don't smell anything. Yeah, but she'll kind of wrinkle her nose and kind of look around and kind of look at her squirrel. Like, looks pretty confused, but she's fine. And she'll kind of chew her lip and shrug. Assume an elemental must have walked by. She'll sit back on her stool. She looks a little sad today. She doesn't look like particularly like depressed or anything. She just looks down.
Iris is going to put some extra cookies on the counter.
Mommy! Oh, she'll smile at her. You need anything else?
No, I don't think so. But thank you.
Of course. And again, when you do come to child, you can always come back to me for anything.
She'll nod. I mean, I know Will's a doctor and all, but this is not really his area.
Have you ever seen William Morgan dealing with somebody in labor? No.
But I mean, I've dealt with sheep, but apparently, normal babies don't come out like diving position.
You also probably don't want to deliver your own child.
No, no, that's bad.
But I am also a midwife. I could serve you as well in that regard.
She'll nod.
I've delivered a few children, quite a few.
I think it would probably be better than possibly having Hobbs born in a hospital.
Probably. And she'll nod. I could always come to your house.
Iris will smile.
It could be nice. You could have it in the back.
I guess that's something to. Well, I was going to say, I guess that's something to think about closer to the time, but you did say sometimes it happens really quickly. So
Yeah, very quickly. Not so quickly that well, your bracelet, if you do get pregnant, it will turn green. The jewels on it.
well, that's helpful.
She'll nod.
Well, I hope you kind of work out what you want to do about Seb and your father and stuff.
Oh, well, I try to tell myself if I should tell him, but it feels like I would only be telling him for myself, and that seems kind of selfish. I mean, I don't know. Don't you think that would be kind of selfish?
Iris will nod.
So I probably won't tell him.
I think the question is, would it hurt anyone if you told him?
Possibly my father.
That's true.
I mean, I understand why he couldn't be there, and I don't hold it against him. But she'll kind of tilt her head. I mean, he's my father, but at the same time, he's not. Do you know what I mean?
She'll nod. Well, at least these babies will have Seb.
And I had somebody who was like a father to me growing up.
That's good.
And she'll smile. So, I mean, I wasn't totally lost to the wind. And she'll grin a little bit thinking about that. Do you have anything else you need, Iris?
No.
I mean, I'm not trying to rush you. I just want to make sure that you don't fit
I'm just, yeah. She'll look kind of awkward for a moment, and then she'll give her a hug.
She'll actually kind of surprise for a second, but then she'll lean into it and she'll say, and she'll kind of like think about it for a moment, and she'll say, "Do you want to get some stab apple pies?"
Iris will nod.
I mean, I want to save your pie for later.
I like stab apple pies.
I do too. Icarus especially likes them. And she'll kind of like scratch the top of the squirrel's head. And it'll kind of like chitter and like nuzzle into her.
Do you want to get some now or tomorrow morning or sometime when your shop isn't completely open?
I could always leave it and my neighbor could watch it, but we can do it another time if it's too soon.
I don't mind. I'm kind of worried someone might come and want to buy stuff and you'd be.
She'll point to the guy like across, and when she does, he'll kind of smile at her and give her a wave, and she'll smile back at him and she'll say, "He'd watch it if I walked away."
Okay, that would be nice.
So she'll set a couple of things she had been working on like straight, but then she'll let him know she's leaving and step away with your character. You can keep going if you want, or we can end it. It's up to you.
Yeah, I think at this point they will wander off to make small talk over stab apple pies about painting the nursery and various things. I don't know.
Well, basically.
Yep. And there the scene will end with lots of pie.